Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues, and friends, I want you to imagine for a moment that you're standing at the edge of greatness. You can see it, taste it, almost touch it. But there's something holding you back. What is it? It's not your circumstances, it's not your background, and it's certainly not your potential. No, what's holding you back is your perception of yourself. Today, we're going to change that. We're going to learn to act as if we are the best. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Jim, isn't that just faking it? Isn't that being inauthentic? Let me tell you something important. Acting as if you're the best isn't about pretending or putting on a show. It's about aligning your actions with your highest potential. It's about becoming the person you were meant to be. You see, success leaves clues. The most successful people in any field, be it business, sports, arts, or sciences, they all have one thing in common. They act as if they are the best long before the world recognizes them as such. They embody excellence in everything they do, not because they're trying to fool anyone, but because they understand a fundamental truth: your actions shape your reality. Let me share a little secret with you. When I first started out, I wasn't the Jim Rohn you see before you today. I was just a farm boy from Idaho, working as a stock clerk. But I made a decision that changed everything. I decided to act as if I was destined for greatness. I started reading books, attending seminars, associating with successful people. I acted as if I was already a successful businessman and philosopher, long before I had any real success to speak of. And you know what happened? The world started to respond. Opportunities began to appear. People started to take notice. Not because I was pretending, but because I was aligning my actions with my potential. I was becoming the person I knew I could be. Now, let's break this down. What does it mean to act as if you are the best? First and foremost, it means holding yourself to the highest standards. The best don't make excuses. They don't blame circumstances. They take full responsibility for their lives and their results. Imagine for a moment that you're the best in your field. How would you approach your work? Would you show up late? Would you do the bare minimum? Of course not. You'd be the first one in and the last one out. You'd constantly be looking for ways to improve, to innovate, to add more value. That's what acting as if you're the best means. But it goes beyond just work ethic. Acting as if you're the best means cultivating a mindset of excellence. It means surrounding yourself with the best information, the best people, the best resources. It means investing in yourself, in your education, in your skills. The best are always learning, always growing. Think about it. If you were truly the best in your field, how would you treat your body? Would you fuel it with junk food and neglect exercise? Of course not. You treat your body like the high-performance machine it is. You'd eat right, exercise regularly, get enough sleep, because the best understand that physical vitality is the foundation of success in any area of life. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, but Jim, what if I don't feel like the best? What if I have doubts? Let me tell you something important. Everyone has doubts. Even the most successful people in the world have moments of uncertainty. The difference is, they don't let those doubts control their actions. Here's a powerful truth: your feelings follow your actions, not the other way around. You don't have to feel confident to act confidently. You don't have to feel successful to act successfully. In fact, it's by acting as if you're the best that you begin to feel like the best. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're an aspiring public speaker. You've been asked to give a presentation and you're nervous. You have two choices. You can let your nerves control you, speak timidly, avoid eye contact. Or you can act as if you're the best speaker in the world. You can stand tall, speak with conviction, engage your audience. Which do you think will lead to a better outcome? By acting as if you're the best speaker, you're not just putting on a show. You're actually becoming a better speaker. You're training your mind and body to align with excellence. And here's the amazing part: the more you do this, the more natural it becomes. It's not about faking it until you make it. It's about practicing excellence until excellence becomes your natural state. Now, let's talk about another crucial aspect of acting as if you're the best: your associations. Jim Rohn, that's me, once said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you want to act as if you're the best, you need to surround yourself with the best. Think about it. If you were truly the best in your field, who would you associate with? Would you spend your time with people who complain, who make excuses, who settle for mediocrity? Of course not. You'd seek out other high achievers. You'd look for mentors who could push you to new heights. You'd surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and support your growth. This doesn't mean you have to cut ties with everyone in your life, but it does mean being intentional about your associations. It means seeking out opportunities to connect with successful people. It means joining mastermind groups, attending conferences, reading books by great thinkers and achievers. And here's the beautiful thing: when you start acting as if you're the best, when you start holding yourself to higher standards, you naturally attract better people into your life. Like attracts like. Excellence attracts excellence. Now, I want to address something important. Acting as if you're the best doesn't mean being arrogant or looking down on others. In fact, it's quite the opposite. The truly great are often the most humble. They're always learning, always growing, always looking for ways to improve. Think about it. If you were truly the best in your field, would you need to brag? Would you need to put others down to feel good about yourself? Of course not. You'd be secure in your abilities. You'd be focused on your own growth and on helping others grow too. This brings me to another crucial point. Acting as if you're the best means being of service. The greatest leaders, the most successful entrepreneurs, the most respected professionals, they all understand that their success is tied to the value they provide to others. Imagine you're the best doctor in the world. How would you treat your patients? You'd listen carefully to their concerns. You'd stay up to date with the latest medical advancements. You'd go above and beyond to ensure their well-being. You wouldn't just be treating illnesses, you'd be transforming lives. The same principle applies in any field. If you're in business, acting as if you're the best means providing exceptional value to your customers. If you're a teacher, it means going the extra mile to ensure your students truly understand and can apply what you're teaching. If you're a parent, it means being fully present and engaged in your children's lives. Now let's talk about another crucial aspect of acting as if you're the best, your daily habits. You see, excellence isn't something you achieve once and then forget about. It's something you practice every single day. It's in the small decisions, the daily disciplines, that greatness is forged. If you were truly the best in your field, how would you start your day? Would you hit the snooze button 5 times and rush out the door? Or would you wake up early, take time for personal development, plan your day for maximum productivity? The best understand that how you do anything is how you do everything. They bring their A game to every task, no matter how small. They understand that excellence is not an act, but a habit. This means paying attention to the details that others overlook. It means doing the work that others aren't willing to do. It means going the extra mile, not just occasionally, but as a matter of course. Let me give you an example. I once heard about a janitor who worked at NASA during the Apollo missions. When asked what his job was, he didn't say, "I clean floors," or "I'm a janitor." He said, "I'm helping put a man on the moon." That's what acting as if you're the best looks like. It's about seeing the bigger picture, understanding your role in it, and bringing excellence to every task, no matter how small it might seem. Now, I want to address something that might be on some of your minds. Jim, you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but what if I fail? What if I act as if I'm the best and still don't succeed? Let me tell you something important. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. The best in any field have all failed, often many times. The difference is they don't let failure define them. They see it as feedback, as a learning opportunity. When you act as if you're the best, you're not guaranteeing that you'll never fail. You're committing to learning from your failures, to getting back up when you fall, to constantly improving and refining your approach. Think about it. If you were truly the best in your field, how would you handle setbacks? Would you give up at the first sign of difficulty? Would you let one failure derail your entire journey? Of course not. You'd analyze what went wrong, learn from it, and come back stronger. This resilience, this ability to bounce back from setbacks, is a crucial part of acting as if you're the best. It's about maintaining your standards, your commitment to excellence, even when things don't go as planned. Now, let's talk about another important aspect of acting as if you're the best, your mindset. The best in any field have a growth mindset. They believe that their abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. They see challenges as opportunities to grow, not as threats to their status. This growth mindset is crucial because it allows you to take on challenges that stretch you. When you act as if you're the best, you're not playing it safe. You're pushing your boundaries, taking calculated risks, stepping out of your comfort zone. Imagine for a moment that you're the best in your field. Would you shy away from difficult projects? Would you avoid situations where you might fail? Of course not. You'd seek out challenges, you'd look for opportunities to test your skills, to learn, to grow. This doesn't mean being reckless, it means being strategic. It means understanding that growth often comes from discomfort, from pushing past your current limitations. Now, I want to address something that might be holding some of you back. You might be thinking, Jim, this all sounds great for other people, but I'm just not talented enough. I'm not smart enough. I don't have what it takes to be the best. Let me tell you something important. Success is not about innate talent. It's about effort, perseverance, and a willingness to learn and grow. Some of the most successful people in history were not considered particularly talented when they started out. What set them apart was their willingness to work hard, to persist in the face of challenges, to constantly improve their skills. When you act as if you're the best, you're not claiming to have all the answers. You're committing to finding the answers. You're committing to doing whatever it takes to become the best. This means being willing to ask for help when you need it. It means being open to feedback, even when it's difficult to hear. It means being willing to admit when you're wrong and to learn from your mistakes. The best in any field are not perfect. They're not superhuman. They're simply people who have committed to excellence, who have decided to act as if they're the best day in and day out. Now, let's talk about another crucial aspect of acting as if you're the best, your vision. The best in any field have a clear vision of what they want to achieve. They're not just reacting to circumstances, they're proactively creating their future. Imagine for a moment that you're the best in your field. What would your vision be? How would you want to impact your industry, your community, the world? What legacy would you want to leave? Acting as if you're the best means thinking big. It means setting audacious goals. It means having a vision that inspires you and others. But here's the key. It's not enough to just have a vision. You need to align your daily actions with that vision. You need to make decisions based on where you want to go, not just where you are right now. This might mean making sacrifices in the short term for long-term gain. It might mean passing up immediate gratification for future rewards. The best understand that success is not about instant results. It's about consistent action over time. Now, I want to address something that might be on some of your minds. Jim, you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but what about work-life balance? If I'm always striving to be the best, won't I burn out? This is an excellent question, and it brings us to another crucial aspect of acting as if you're the best, self-care. The best in any field understand that their most valuable asset is themselves. They take care of their physical health, their mental well-being, their relationships. Think about it. If you were truly the best in your field, would you run yourself into the ground? Would you neglect your health, your family, your personal life? Of course not. You'd understand that true success is holistic. It's about excelling in all areas of life, not just one. This means setting boundaries. It means making time for rest and recreation. It means nurturing your relationships. Because the best understand that success isn't just about achievement. It's about living a full, balanced, meaningful life. Now let's talk about another important aspect of acting as if you're the best, your communication. The best in any field are excellent communicators. They're able to articulate their ideas clearly to inspire others to build strong relationships. Imagine for a moment that you're the best in your field. How would you communicate? Would you mumble and stumble over your words? Would you avoid difficult conversations? Of course not. You'd speak with clarity and conviction. You'd be able to adapt your communication style to different audiences. You'd be an active listener, genuinely interested in understanding others. This doesn't mean you have to be a natural-born orator. Like any skill, effective communication can be learned and improved over time. When you act as if you're the best, you commit to developing this crucial skill. Now I want to address something that might be holding some of you back. You might be thinking, Jim, this all sounds great, but I'm afraid of success. What if I actually become the best and then can't handle it? This fear of success is more common than you might think. Many people sabotage their own success because they're afraid of the responsibilities, the visibility, the potential for failure that comes with being at the top. But here's the thing, when you act as if you're the best, you're gradually preparing yourself for success. You're developing the skills, the mindset, the habits that will allow you to handle success when it comes. Remember, success is not something that happens overnight. It's the result of consistent action over time. By the time you achieve significant success, you'll have grown into the person capable of handling it. Now let's talk about another crucial aspect of acting as if you're the best, your integrity. The truly great in any field have unwavering integrity. They do what's right, not what's easy. They keep their word. They're honest, even when it's difficult. Think about it. If you were truly the best in your field, would you cut corners? Would you compromise your values for short-term gain? Of course not. You'd understand that your reputation, your character is your most valuable asset. Acting as if you're the best means holding yourself to the highest ethical standards. It means doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. It means being someone others can trust implicitly. This integrity isn't just about morality. It's also about consistency. The best show up day after day, bringing their best selves to every interaction, every task. They're reliable. They're dependable. They're the rock others can lean on. Now, I want to address something that might be on some of your minds. Jim, you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but what about luck? Don't you need luck to be successful? It's true that luck can play a role in success. But here's the thing, when you act as if you're the best, you create your own luck. You position yourself to take advantage of opportunities when they arise. Think about it. If you're constantly improving your skills, if you're building strong relationships, if you're putting yourself out there and taking calculated risks, aren't you more likely to encounter lucky breaks? And when those opportunities do come, aren't you more likely to be prepared to make the most of them? The best don't wait for luck to find them. They create the conditions for success through their daily actions and decisions. Now, let's talk about another important aspect of acting as if you're the best, your attitude towards money. The best in any field have a healthy relationship with money. They understand that money is a tool, not an end in itself. Imagine for a moment that you're the best in your field. How would you approach money? Would you be constantly worried about it? Would you make decisions solely based on financial gain? Of course not. You'd understand that true wealth comes from creating value, from making a positive impact. When you act as if you're the best, you focus on creating value first. You understand that financial rewards are a byproduct of excellence, not the primary goal. This doesn't mean you ignore financial realities. It means you approach them from a position of abundance rather than scarcity. Now, I want to address something that might be holding some of you back. You might be thinking, Jim, this all sounds great, but I'm not passionate about my current job or situation. How can I act as if I'm the best when I don't even enjoy what I'm doing? This is an important question, and it brings us to another crucial aspect of acting as if you're the best, finding your purpose. The truly great in any field are driven by a sense of purpose. They're not just working for a paycheck, they're pursuing a calling. If you're not passionate about your current situation, that's okay. Use it as a stepping stone. Act as if you're the best in your current role and use that as a platform to discover and pursue your true passion. Remember, passion often follows action. As you strive for excellence in your current situation, you may discover aspects of it that you truly enjoy. Or you may gain clarity on what you really want to do. Either way, by acting as if you're the best, you're positioning yourself for future opportunities. Now let's talk about another important aspect of acting as if you're the best, your approach to time. The best in any field are masters of time management. They understand that time is their most precious resource and they use it wisely. Imagine for a moment that you're the best in your field. How would you approach your day? Would you waste hours scrolling through social media or watching TV? Would you let others dictate your schedule? Of course not. You'd be intentional about how you spend your time. You'd prioritize activities that move you towards your goals. You create systems and routines that maximize your productivity. This doesn't mean working 24/7. Remember, the best also prioritize rest and recreation. But it does mean being conscious of how you're spending your time and ensuring that your actions align with your goals and values. Now, I want to address something that might be on some of your minds. Jim, you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but what about competition? How can I act as if I'm the best when there are so many talented people out there? This is an excellent question, and it brings us to another crucial aspect of acting as if you're the best, your mindset towards competition. The truly great don't focus on beating others. They focus on beating their previous best. Think about it. If you were truly the best in your field, would you be constantly looking over your shoulder, worried about what others are doing? Or would you be focused on pushing your own boundaries, on reaching new levels of excellence? When you act as if you're the best, you're not trying to be better than everyone else. You're trying to be the best version of yourself. You're competing against your own potential. This doesn't mean ignoring your competition. It means studying them, learning from them, using them as inspiration to push yourself further. But at the end of the day, your primary competition is yourself. Now let's talk about another important aspect of acting as if you're the best, your ability to adapt and innovate. The best in any field are not stuck in their ways. They're constantly looking for ways to improve, to innovate, to stay ahead of the curve. Imagine for a moment that you're the best in your field. Would you rest on your laurels, doing things the same way you've always done them? Or would you be constantly seeking out new ideas, new technologies, new approaches? When you act as if you're the best, you cultivate a spirit of curiosity and innovation. You're not afraid to question the status quo. You're willing to experiment, to take calculated risks, to try new things. This doesn't mean chasing every new trend. It means being open to change, being willing to adapt when necessary, and always looking for ways to improve and innovate in your field. Now, I want to address something that might be holding some of you back. You might be thinking, Jim, this all sounds great, but what if I'm in a difficult situation? What if my circumstances are holding me back? This is an important question, and it brings us to another crucial aspect of acting as if you're the best, your ability to overcome obstacles. The truly great don't let circumstances dictate their success. They find a way to succeed despite their circumstances. Think about some of the most successful people in history. Many of them faced incredible obstacles. They came from poverty, faced discrimination, experienced setbacks that would have stopped most people in their tracks. But they didn't let these circumstances define them. They acted as if they were the best, even when the world was telling them otherwise. When you act as if you're the best, you don't make excuses. You don't blame your circumstances. You take responsibility for your life and your results. You focus on what you can control, and you make the most of it. This doesn't mean ignoring real challenges or difficulties. It means approaching them with a mindset of possibility rather than limitation. It means asking, how can I succeed despite this obstacle, rather than saying, I can't succeed because of this obstacle. Now let's talk about another important aspect of acting as if you're the best, your ability to celebrate your successes. The best in any field know how to acknowledge and celebrate their achievements, no matter how small. Imagine for a moment that you're the best in your field. Would you downplay your accomplishments? Would you brush off compliments? Of course not. You'd acknowledge your successes. You'd use them as fuel to drive you forward. This doesn't mean being boastful or arrogant. It means having a healthy pride in your accomplishments. It means using your successes as evidence that you're on the right track, that your efforts are paying off. Celebrating your successes is crucial because it reinforces positive behavior. It motivates you to keep pushing forward. It helps you maintain a positive mindset even in the face of challenges. Now, I want to address something that might be on some of your minds. Jim, you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but what if I make a mistake? What if I fail spectacularly while trying to act as if I'm the best? This is an excellent question, and it brings us to another crucial aspect of acting as if you're the best, your ability to handle mistakes and failures. The truly great don't let mistakes define them. They use them as learning opportunities. Think about it. If you were truly the best in your field, how would you handle a mistake or failure? Would you try to cover it up? Would you beat yourself up over it? Or would you face it head on, learn from it, and use it to improve? When you act as if you're the best, you're not claiming to be perfect. You're committing to learning and growing from every experience, including your mistakes and failures. You're resilient. You bounce back. You use setbacks as setups for comebacks. This doesn't mean you don't take your mistakes seriously. It means you approach them with a growth mindset. You ask, what can I learn from this, rather than, how could I have been so stupid? Now let's talk about another important aspect of acting as if you're the best your ability to inspire and lead others. The best in any field are not just high achievers, they're also leaders who inspire others to achieve their best. Imagine for a moment that you're the best in your field. How would you interact with others? Would you hoard your knowledge and skills, or would you share them, mentor others, lift others up? When you act as if you're the best, you become a beacon of excellence that inspires others. You lead by example. You show others what's possible. You help create more success around you. This doesn't mean you have to be in a formal leadership position. It means taking on a leadership mindset in whatever role you're in. It means being willing to share your knowledge, to support others, to contribute to the success of your team or community. Now, I want to address something that might be holding some of you back. You might be thinking, Jim, this all sounds great. But what if I'm introverted? What if I'm introverted? What if I'm not comfortable putting myself out there? This is an important question. And it brings us to another crucial aspect of acting as if you're the best: authenticity. Being the best doesn't mean changing who you are at your core. It means being the best version of yourself. If you're introverted, that's okay. Some of the most successful people in the world are introverts. The key is to find ways to act as if you're the best that align with your personality and strengths. For example, if public speaking isn't your strength, maybe you excel at written communication. If networking events drain you, perhaps you shine in one-on-one mentoring relationships. The key is to identify your strengths and find ways to leverage them in pursuit of excellence. When you act as if you're the best, you're not trying to be someone else. You're trying to be the best version of yourself. You're authentic, genuine, true to your values and your personality. Now let's talk about another important aspect of acting as if you're the best: your ability to manage stress and maintain balance. The best in any field know how to perform under pressure without burning out. Imagine for a moment that you're the best in your field. How would you handle stress? Would you let it overwhelm you? Would you ignore it until you burn out? Or would you have strategies in place to manage it effectively? When you act as if you're the best, you prioritize your mental and emotional well-being. You understand that peak performance requires not just hard work, but also effective recovery. You develop strategies to manage stress, whether it's through meditation, exercise, hobbies, or simply taking regular breaks. This doesn't mean you never feel stressed. It means you have tools and strategies to handle stress effectively. You see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than as threats. Now, I want to address something that might be on some of your minds. Jim, you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but what if I'm starting from scratch? What if I'm at the very beginning of my journey? This is an excellent question, and it brings us to another crucial aspect of acting as if you're the best your ability to start where you are and use what you have. The truly great don't wait for perfect conditions. They make the most of their current situation. Think about it. If you were truly committed to being the best, would you wait for the perfect moment to start? Would you make excuses about not having enough resources or connections? Or would you start right where you are with what you have? When you act as if you're the best, you start now. You use whatever resources you have available. You make the most of every opportunity, no matter how small. You understand that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. This doesn't mean ignoring real limitations or challenges. It means focusing on what you can do rather than what you can't. It means taking action no matter how small rather than waiting for perfect conditions. Now let's talk about another important aspect of acting as if you're the best: your commitment to lifelong learning. The best in any field are never satisfied with their current level of knowledge or skill. They're always learning, always growing. Imagine for a moment that you're the best in your field. Would you rest on your laurels thinking you know it all? Or would you be constantly seeking out new knowledge, new skills, new perspectives? When you act as if you're the best, you cultivate a hunger for knowledge. You're curious, you're open to new ideas, you seek out learning opportunities in every situation, you read voraciously, you attend seminars and workshops, you seek out mentors and teachers. This doesn't mean you have to pursue formal education, although that can certainly be valuable. It means adopting a mindset of continuous improvement. It means seeing every experience as an opportunity to learn and grow. Now, I want to address something that might be holding some of you back. You might be thinking, Jim, this all sounds great, but what if I don't see immediate results? What if I act as if I'm the best but don't see any changes? This is an important question, and it brings us to another crucial aspect of acting as if you're the best: patience and persistence. The truly great understand that success is not an event, but a process. They're in it for the long haul. Think about any great achievement in history. Did it happen overnight? Of course not. It was the result of consistent effort over time. When you act as if you're the best, you're playing the long game. You understand that real, lasting success takes time. This doesn't mean you don't set goals or track your progress. It means you don't get discouraged by temporary setbacks or slow progress. You trust the process. You keep showing up day after day, bringing your best self to every task. Now let's talk about another important aspect of acting as if you're the best: your ability to be present and focused. The best in any field have mastered the art of being fully present in the moment. Imagine for a moment that you're the best in your field. Would you be constantly distracted, your mind always somewhere else? Or would you be fully engaged in whatever you're doing, giving it your complete attention? When you act as if you're the best, you cultivate the ability to focus deeply. You're not multitasking, you're fully immersed in the task at hand. You understand that excellence requires full engagement. This doesn't mean you never plan for the future or reflect on the past. It means that when you're working, you're working. When you're with your family, you're with your family. You bring your full presence to each moment. Now, I want to address something that might be on some of your minds. Jim, you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but what if I'm afraid of standing out? What if I'm worried about what others will think if I start acting as if I'm the best? This is an excellent question, and it brings us to another crucial aspect of acting as if you're the best: courage. The truly great have the courage to stand out, to be different, to pursue excellence even when others don't understand. Think about any great innovator or leader in history. Did they blend in with the crowd? Did they do what everyone else was doing? Of course not. They had the courage to be different, to challenge the status quo, to pursue their vision even when others doubted them. When you act as if you're the best, you're not doing it for others' approval. You're doing it because you're committed to excellence, to making the most of your potential. You have the courage to be yourself, to pursue your goals, to stand out if that's what excellence requires. This doesn't mean you disregard others' feelings or opinions. It means you don't let fear of judgment hold you back from pursuing excellence. You understand that criticism often comes with the territory of greatness. Now, as we near the end of our time together, I want to emphasize something important. Acting as if you're the best isn't about pretending or putting on a show. It's about aligning your actions with your highest potential. It's about becoming the person you were meant to be. Remember, you don't have to be the best to start acting as if you're the best. In fact, it's by acting as if you're the best that you begin to become the best. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you hold yourself to higher standards, when you approach every task with excellence, when you cultivate the mindset and habits of the best, you naturally begin to perform at a higher level. This journey isn't always easy. There will be challenges. There will be setbacks. There will be times when you doubt yourself. But that's all part of the process. The key is to keep going, to keep pushing yourself, to keep acting as if you're the best even when you don't feel like it. And here's the beautiful thing: as you continue on this journey, as you consistently act as if you're the best, you'll find that it becomes more and more natural. What once felt like an act becomes your authentic self. You're not pretending to be excellent, you are excellent. So I challenge you today, start acting as if you're the best. Hold yourself to higher standards. Cultivate the mindset, habits, and actions of excellence. Be patient with yourself, but be persistent. Trust the process. Remember, you have greatness within you. You have the potential to be truly exceptional. But that potential will remain just that potential unless you act on it. Unless you commit to excellence. Unless you start acting as if you're the best. In conclusion, my friends, I want you to leave here today with a renewed sense of purpose and possibility. I want you to understand that greatness is not reserved for a select few. It's available to anyone willing to commit to it, to work for it, to act as if they're already there. So go forth from here and act as if you're the best. Bring excellence to everything you do. Hold yourself to higher standards. Cultivate the mindset and habits of greatness. Be patient, be persistent, and above all, be true to yourself and your potential. Remember, the journey to becoming the best starts with acting as if you're already there. It starts today. It starts now. It starts with you. Thank you, and God bless.